going to handcuff you and she's going to make you suck her toes.
Compact, dense, heavier than you think. I mean, the age doesn't bother me, it's just the mouth, innit? It's yeah, I'm gonna smash this in your skull in a minute. Please stop. Nah, you paid me to do this, you fucking knobhead. I'll go incest glory hole.
Yeah, I will preface this by saying it feels like complete bollocks.
So I was the drive-in, mate.
Long. It was long, and I don't want to talk about it. Go fuck yourself.
I'm still fucking knackered from the weekend, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And I literally, it's. I don't even think it's the drinking. It was the physical activity. So my stag do was this weekend.
Was it your stag do?
It was my stag do.
It was Liam's stag do. I don't want this to sound bad, but it was the poorest excuse for a stag do I've ever been on.
Do you go?
For me,
it, yeah.
Okay.
For me, I loved it. It was perfect for me.
No, I know. I understand.
Other than
that.
the physical activity.
What was it?
So
talk me through. We turned up at the, what was it, a big fucking...
Well, I expected, when I got added into a group chat named Tuffy's Stag, I expected like a 3-day boozy weekend in like a dilapidated European city.
Okay.
But we went to a house in Rill.
Yeah.
Yeah, Rill.
I mean, I seen a little story on the Instagram.
Saint Asaph, actually.
It looked like a mega house, that.
Yeah, just a big house in Rill. There was like 20 of us, and it was essentially just one long sports day.
Sounds alright.
Honestly, it was mint, but it was not what I expected.
I think you would have felt
violence.
You would have felt differently if you had a nice drive here, I reckon. You would have been like, it was sick, man. All we done was sports and drink beer.
Yeah, I'm just fuming now about everything.
I don't have shit. I had to do physical activities and that. So what was the sports? What were you doing?
Oh, there was loads of them, to be honest. The first night, like, just before we get into that, I just want to know, why did you take umbrage with the fact that there was no violence or...
Yeah, I like being in this seat.
It's not that I take umbrage with it. Yeah, it's like different.
I'm usually there. It feels like feels like someone's moved into my house and redecorated. It's weird. This.
Someone's looking after your kid.
Yeah,
You just can't fucking.
Strange.
My issue wasn't with what happened. I actually really enjoyed it. It wasn't what I expected. So I feel like as lads, we're sort of programmed to, like, we're told what a stag do is. Do you know what I mean? And I've never been on one before, and it just wasn't what I expected. I thought we were going to be butt fucking you within 24 hours of us being there.
That's what I wanted
There was
to get
no
to.
violence directed. There was no tits. There was no 3 foot tall strippers. Like I expected. There was. I genuinely, I broke my finger while I was there within like an hour of being there, and people cared.
Oh.
Do you know what I mean? Weird that, innit?
Why has no one been handcuffed to anything?
Exactly.
Like, yeah,
Exactly.
I've not been hog-tied and butt-fucked. For me, that's a good
Your
weekend.
friends cared about you, and
Yeah,
it was
my
weird.
friends actually do
It was
really
weird.
like me.
Well, the second day, his mate from work, Christy, went, how do you all feel about getting up early and going for a walk? I was like, is this a stag do or a Duke of Edinburgh? Why are we here? What is this?
Nah, get gone, Christy. You're done, you. So I seen a little story of it. It was like a fucking mega house, wasn't it?
Oh,
It
the
was
house
like,
is sick.
It was
crazy.
So good,
It was actually like found out it was a repossessed drug dealer's mansion. That was for proceeds of crime. It was taken off.
See, when you say that, I looked at some pictures of it on like fucking whatever it was to rent it out.
The name of
It's like the maddest drug dealer ever.
Yeah.
It looks like such a nice stately home.
It does
like,
in certain parts, and then others
Wrapped
it's a little
himself
more modern, but it does look kind of like untouched in certain places.
Yeah.
Like it looks fucking Downton Abbey.
Yeah, it was mad.
But to be fair, we didn't really go in. It was so big, we didn't really go in all the rooms, did we? Or spend much time?
I would have been looking for just
I'll
like
tell you how
old
big it
coke
was.
he'd forgot about or something. We were flipping all the mattresses, me looking for cash or
couple of
something.
doors that weren't fucking
Yeah,
unlocked.
boot them down,
You
get
couldn't go in
bladdered.
the basement.
Fucking throw Liam through one of them.
Like Wolf of Wall Street,
Yeah.
fire him at the door.
It was a drug dealer's house, and then when it was like resold, the person who owns it now, like, because we were looking it up in the news, seeing about the drug dealer. I mean, I don't know how serious he was, but he ran real.
I mean,
Apparently.
the house looked. I mean,
Not very serious then.
oh yeah, the house
pretty
looked pretty
pathetic.
serious. Like,
Yeah, I mean, that's what I mean.
Yeah.
It's over £1 million, definitely, that place.
Over it's over 5. You fit cunt. What are you
Yeah,
talking
maybe
about?
now today's rates,
Oh,
but
God.
I'm talking like
Even then,
when-
so this is how heavy it was. Sorry to interrupt you. This is how heavy it was with what happened. So he got ordered to pay $2.5 million in settlements, then he wouldn't have had to go to jail.
Right.
But this happened in 2008. But also what happened in 2008 was the economy crashed.
Yeah,
And all the
okay.
houses. So his house went from being like fucking 2 million in value to 900 grand. So he ended up having to serve like 8 years in prison because he could no longer afford to pay that settlement.
Yeah, it's
That's
So
insane.
heavy,
if it had happened a year earlier, he'd just paid him, moved into a
Fucked
fucking
it off.
little house, and then just carried on living his life.
No
He ended up
way.
having to go down for like 8 years.
The maddest
mad.
thing about the place was you'd be in a room, like say you and one other person would be in a room, and it wouldn't feel like there was like 19 other lads in that house. So it
Yeah,
was
because you're so far away from
that
everyone.
fucking
and that.
big. And then we could all be in one room, and it would like, you know, you weren't on top of each other or
Yeah.
nothing. There was
I said when we arrived, like, I'll tell you how big this house is. Like, there could be a spider in this room, and I wouldn't leave it.
You wouldn't care.
Yeah. If there's a spider on that wall, I'm not here.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
if there's a spider on the wall in 7 offices away, then
matter,
you
does it?
know, it's sounding it. No big
Yeah,
deal. I'll see it coming for about 10 minutes.
Yeah. There was like a room that was just like a pub. It wasn't even a bar. It was a full on pub.
Yeah.
Like TV sports on, couches all around it,
that
darts
sounds
board,
sick to
pool.
me.
Mate,
Either.
it was. It was.
Sounds
amazing.
well better than just like having
And then
to
his
go
mate
out
was carrying us
Blackpool
outside
and
so we could all fire darts at Liam's cardboard cutout.
Yeah, I didn't get abused.
Sounds fantastic.
But a fucking cardboard cut out of me was used for archery, right?
I mean, I'd rather that than you be used for
the
archery, though, innit?
Yeah.
Oh, that-
Like,
Apple in my mouth.
yeah. Some sort of hog roast.
yeah.
I saw. Well, it's that was part of the sports day. You asked like what activities were done, and archery was one of them. Like
I
we
remember
were in
doing
4
archery and
teams.
Sports day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not
Classic sports day.
You
Yeah,
did a
it depends
sports
where
day
you go
with
to school,
with
doesn't
the
it?
Mild High Club.
Mild
didn't
High
you?
Club, yeah,
Yeah,
go
yeah.
check it out.
early plug.
Yeah.
What were your activities?
Classic sports day. Wheelbarrow,
Okay.
3-legged. We done a blindfold one. That's not really. It was a relay, but sack race.
Okay.
Beanbag toss. All on drugs. Classic sports day.
Beanbag toss.
Yeah, we had to mix it up a bit. We bought a sports day kit off Amazon, and that was in there. So we were like, put the ring on your head, throw
No
beanbags
expense
at each other's
spared.
heads. It was in a pub in St Helens. I mean, it wasn't like the fucking Olympics or something. It wasn't no big fucking sports day in a drug dealer's mansion, like, but
It was like good.
It's fun.
It was spread out well for us though. It was like, you know, you say sports day. I mean, the first night was just all the drinking games, pretty much, wasn't it? The first night was kind of
Which
like,
you absolutely bossed, by the way.
yeah, I was surprised. I mean,
are you a good bevier?
not
No,
really.
he's
No.
the drink
just-
just disappeared. We played short boat races.
I think so,
You ever
but
seen the movie Beer Fest?
yeah, but
It's
I
like the
smoke a lot of
Essentially,
weed.
if there's us
and
three,
it's not very good.
there's us three, and there's 3 people there. Liam will start drinking. You can't start until he puts
When
his
he's
pint
finished,
down,
I have
and
to
then it's
go.
a race till the
Yeah,
end.
yeah,
yeah,
once it, yeah.
We were so far behind, like a
Yeah.
good couple of hours, and then it got to Liam on the end, and he just fucking next. He just
Oh, do you think you
disappeared
do
in the
that, can
glass,
you?
and we
Yeah.
somehow won.
Every person was I feel like a cheat though. Every person was like
Yeah,
on the team. Every single person was behind, and I knew I was fucked at the end. So I just turned to another mate who was like stood to the side. I just turned to him and went, "Hey, watch how much of this goes down my top." And when it got to me, my mate had already been drinking it for what felt like an eternity, and I just went like that and just chucked it down.
Oh,
And
okay.
I did get a fair bit down my top, but most
Feeding
of
it
it,
to the dog under the table.
yeah, nailed it. But so that like the first night was a bit more sort of mad with like the drinking, but the archery was, we just started off with a normal target and actually took scores because it was a serious team. You know what I mean? Teams were wanting to win and shit. And my mate Christy, who we mentioned before, missed all 3, like fucking missed 3. Then when my cardboard cutout comes out, he nailed me through the face 6 times.
Mate, I would have sent him home, you know.
It's the cunt that wanted to go to war.
Yeah, I'd be like, Christy, lad, you're walking on your own too.
It's terrifying, isn't it? He did one of my favourite things of the trip, and that was I've got 2 mates called Danny and Louis is a fucking tank. He was wearing a green t-shirt and purple shorts for most of the fucking trip. He looked like the Incredible Hulk.
Yeah.
He's a fucking tank. And my mate Danny, who is very short, like extremely short, like what would you say he was?
Compared
to Haz.
our little Haz.
Sorry, Danny. he always
So like a Haz and a half,
when I mention his height,
something like that.
We half on us there.
whenever I mention his height, I apologise, and he's like, "What the fuck?" He said, "You apologising for describing my actual
it
height
worse.
is
Yeah.
offending me more than just
Yeah.
mentioning me height." But we put them 2 against each other in a sumo wrestling contest, right?
That's fair.
So there's like a ring, and obviously like you've got to get each other out of the ring, and they're ready for the whistle to blow, and then Christy just rocks up with the Bluetooth speaker playing the Mortal Kombat theme tune.
Oh, sick.
It's about
Tops off fighting.
I've got video footage of it. Louis just literally walks over to Danny, just picks him up and just places him out.
Send it me. I'll slide the video into the YouTube.
Yeah, I will do.
Yeah.
Move the sound.
Yeah, I don't want to get sued by Mortal Kombat. They're known to be fans of spread negativity.
Yeah. Speaking of little Haz, did you see McGregor saying he was going to boot him everywhere?
Yeah. And they deleted it like an hour later.
He went, fucking boot that little gimp everywhere. I was like, Jesus Christ, mate, fucking chill out, will you?
He's hurting about about the Khabib fight. He's hurting
know.
So badly.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, of course. I didn't even think like
to still be like Khabib retired like 2 years ago. To still be this arsed.
Yeah,
he's threatening Hezbollah.
Yeah,
I know, but like, leave him alone, innit? Like, slide that.
He's like dwarf, like fucking cousin or something. That's what he is, and he's Khabib's cousin.
Is he?
Yeah.
Or is that just what the news have said to make him famous?
He's just one Russian. Yeah. Just another Russian.
I mean, they might all be cousins somewhere down the line, innit? But yeah, kicking him. Like, just imagine the shit he'd get into, just volleying him.
How far do you reckon you could throw him though?
Like a fucking rugby ball.
Depends who is he, like dense, like
yeah.
others, or is he just like? Will he be this light? If he was this light, I reckon you could kick him quite far, like. You know?
Probably up like a paper plane.
Yeah, just a big fucking, but if he was like dense, it'd be like kicking a ballard, wouldn't it?
Do you know what? Dense, like he's like the same amount of mass as an average height person.
Yeah.
That's not how it works, is it?
Lad, that's how it works.
He's concentrated.
Have you ever tried to pick up a little person?
No, I'm guessing you have.
I haven't, but I've
heard. You in a car share with someone?
I've heard stories. And they're meant to be dense as fuck.
The story, was it Hutchie that told you the story?
I can't confirm or deny who told the story.
Was it Kyle Legacy talking about
maybe Kyle.
The girl he was shagging?
Maybe Kyle.
He's mentioned
but I've heard on multiple occasions, compact, dense. Heavier than you think.
Like a fucking black hole.
So I reckon McGregor might break his leg again.
Yeah.
Imagine that.
It's his fault though for who he's hanging around with. Do you know what I mean? Of course you're going to get fucking
It's his fault for punching everyone that he meets. He sees
everyone,
he goes, hey, fuck off.
No one's threatening to fucking boot Warwick Davis.
Yeah, it's crazy, man. So funny. Love it.
Did they shake hands?
Yeah, and his hand just fucking disappeared, man. It was mad.
This whole face.
Yeah, it was mad.
I'm not done talking about your stag do though, because the thing that was the biggest issue for me was just how many mates you had. And I don't mean that to sound sly in that I didn't expect you to have mates. But if you had a stag do tomorrow, be honest.
Okay.
How many do you think would be there?
I reckon I could get at least 10 there.
10?
Yeah, maybe a couple more. 20.
That's too many, that, innit?
Some of them aren't close, are they?
They are. This is the problem.
Nah, some got invited because the others were going and they were like, what, I'm not coming. Yeah,
honestly, I thought the same would be, I thought that would be the case. Yeah. It honestly wasn't. He had some workmates there and then all of it was his normal friendship group who are all still
We've all been like,
close.
They're good mates since school.
Yeah, and I've got a few of them, like, but I wouldn't say 20.
There's maybe one or two that we don't see as regularly as others,
yeah.
But literally put them in a room with everyone and it's like it was yesterday.
Yeah, man, onto it, yeah.
It was
20 though.
That's a lot. Yeah. That's a lot of men, that, innit?
A lot of men. Especially with not one stripper.
Yeah. I said to him, because his mate fucking, is Joe your best man or is it Jack?
Oh, Jack's my best man, but Jack's very lazy in terms of organisation, so Joe is the best man with none of the credit. Right. Do you know what I mean? He's done everything the best man should do.
He sorted it all out. We got there. He's shown us everything that was planned for the weekend. We had like a menu that had been planned and everything. Like they'd all gone to Costco and they'd sorted out the food. It was fucking mega. And I went, have you booked a stripper? And he goes, forgot about that. And I went, how did you? Because I'm not being seedy. You don't want it to be a proper stripper.
Yeah.
You want it to be someone that's going to humiliate him.
We did that.
None of us are going to be right. So I wasn't there.
Yeah, but it just like it just would have felt like a repeat. And to be fair, Joe's one, I felt dead sly on him.
Yeah, because when you go to the strippers, you always go, I'm never going there again. I'd hate to have a repeat of that night.
But it was like an abusive
I feel like they're overrated strippers though.
I
think the idea one's better than
weird and uncomfortable
than the actual one. Like if a stripper had turned up, you're doing like, weh, and after like 2 minutes, you're like, this is weird now.
Yeah. You're just paying for
that's it. You don't want it to
be.
You don't want it to be one that's like a bit seedy and fun.
Yeah.
And, like horny. You want it to just be like she's going to handcuff you and she's going to make you suck her toes. That's fun.
Yeah, something like that. That would have been good.
I'm not about that.
Poor Joe. Found someone in real to do that though.
Just a random.
Yeah, that would have been well better. No, not a stripper, just some woman who works in the shop in real or something.
We're staying in that mansion.
20 quid, come down here for a minute.
Yeah, show the mansion and she'd be like, oh, no way.
Yeah.
I'll be there soon.
Had its own fucking pool.
I know. I
It
seen
felt
the
like a
video of
fucking
you,
leisure
innit? Floating
centre.
about like fucking
Bobbing like a
the
fucking
hot
apple.
tub
Tony
by
Soprano.
day 3 was just full of smeg. It was just
Oh, that hot tub was like
Absolutely
stock.
foul.
You could have made a fucking risotto with that hot
That's
tub.
awful, that.
Ball soup.
And
risotto.
also, all of a
Made me
sudden, I
feel
don't want
sad.
to go on this stag do.
Yeah, it was minging.
When did you last go on a stag do? Did you go to Smith's? Because I've heard the stories of that.
Didn't go
That's
to
what I'm
Smith's.
expecting. I've seen Smith's routine about it. And I thought,
No.
you know, it's not going to be like that because not all that fucking way inclined, I guess. But like, I thought it was going to be boozy. I didn't expect him to,
Yeah.
you know.
Didn't
egg
go
and
on
spoon.
Smith's. Did you do any drugs there?
No, good boy.
Shit house. Yeah, didn't go on Smith's. I went on a stag don't because the lad's missus left them before the wedding. But we were like, fuck that, we're still going on a stag do.
Hey, I've already paid. I can't get a refund.
Yeah.
That's got to be.
But we done a
Fucking
similar
horrible.
thing of like, we just went to a cabin in the middle of nowhere, just a load of ale,
Yeah.
and just got fucking blood and that. And yeah, he was a bit depressed. And any time we see him getting depressed, we just batter him until he stopped thinking about it.
Tie him and shag him
See him
until he
there?
smiled.
Yeah, you'd see him sitting there just having a smoke in his own head, and we just go,
Oh.
just tackle him. just,
Oh, so before the stag do, she'd left.
yeah.
Yeah. Oh, that's
But
fucking.
we were like, we fucking may as well go on it and like at least get him away from everything, and we can just all go and
If you
have
don't,
a
he's going to
chill.
sit
And
there going, oh, it's meant to be my stag this weekend.
that's
You
it,
might
yeah.
as well
So we just
fucking-
rebranded it as a stag don't. And,
It's weird because it's kind of wholesome.
didn't notice you'd said that.
yeah.
It's kind of wholesome, like in general. Do you know what I mean? You took
Yeah,
him away,
yeah.
you didn't want him to dwell on it.
That was
But
it.
also at the same time, you've just gone, every time he started to feel stuff, we were like, nah, you can't do that, lad.
Yeah, well, just because it was just like it wasn't going to solve anything for him, no. Do you get what I mean?
Yeah.
Like she left. She was with someone else and that.
Fucking hell, that.
And
That's quick.
That's quick, lad.
yeah, it was one of them fucking busies. It happens loads. That apparently people like in the police because they spend all the time together in the cars, innit?
Not even like, you know.
Well, like partners who don't like they get put together, like male and female, or male and male, or female and female.
Reckon
Whatever you
that's,
want to do.
obviously, you don't have that problem with Amy, but are we going to start fucking if we spend too much time together, like in the same room? And that?
Maybe.
Not a hope in hell.
But I've heard it a few times, like happen where like they've left the partners and got with each other, and that
Really,
happened
yeah.
with him, yeah.
Brothers in arms.
Yeah.
It does explain Adam and Carl a lot, doesn't it? To be
Yeah.
fair.
That's insane, that. But I like how you've made out that you're such a, you know, a nice friend and you wanted to take his mind off when really it was just non-refundable and you just wanted to get your money's worth.
I don't want to waste it, do you? spoil the weekend for everyone. Like,
Yeah, just because she's left you doesn't mean I'm not having my holiday. You know what I mean?
yeah, I was looking forward to that trip, so we went. I would have went without him probably.
Yeah.
It's one more bed
In your
for it.
name.
Definitely.
It's fun though.
Have you ever been, did you say you've never been on a stag do
Never been on a
before?
stag do. That's what I mean. Like my mindset going into it was like I had to fucking meditate prior, like build myself up. To
All
this
my mates aren't
toxic
like
weekend.
that though. Like I don't really have mates. If I was going on a stag do, like it'd be like that, where it's like fucking go to Blackpool with fucking all fucking mad clothes on and all
Yeah,
that. Do you know what I
I'm
mean?
not
None
like
of my
that
mates would
either.
really do that.
My mum was married to my stepdad at one point, and they went on a stag and a hen on the same night in Blackpool, right? And they told me a story, which only about 5 years later did I realise how fucking ridiculous it was. But they started to walk in to find the tide.
Oh my god. So
Now, I was like, oh yes, sounds fun or whatever. But like, if they think what would have happened if they were successful,
Yeah, that's just the recipe for the Coast
because
Guard.
they
innit?
walked for like 2 hours
so
to find the tide,
like
and if it started coming in, they would have been dead. Which honestly would have saved my mum about 7 years of heartache. But we won't go into that. But if they were successful, that would have been that would have been a very different night. Right?
so we me and Amy, like Amy wanted to get into like cold water swimming and that. Fucking Wim Hof and
Yeah,
all
I've
that
heard
shit.
that.
The Iceman.
So we were like, oh, first of the month, we're going to try and go swimming. We go to the beach, go Crosby Beach, first thing in the morning, get in the sea. I was like, fucking hell, can't be asked. Shit with cold water, like proper. We had like when we lived in Auckland, there was a pool on the a pool on the roof of the place we were staying. It was meant to be heated, but it was fucking freezing. And she'd just get in and be like, yeah, it's dead nice. And I'd be like, fucking hell. You know what I mean? Like,
Nipples cutting glass.
yeah,
and
man,
that.
I just can't do it. I hate it. So I was like miserable the whole drive to Crosby and that. And we turned onto Crosby Beach and I went, where's the sea? And she went, what? And I went, where's the sea? She was like, oh, I didn't check the tides. And I was like, you're fucking stupid, dude. I was fuming. So we got out the car. She was like, we just walk to the sea. It's only there. And I was like, all right, sound, whatever. Walking to the sea for like, felt like half an hour. And we
Still
get
just
to the
as far
sea.
away.
Well, we got to the sea eventually. And I was like, right, sound, started going in. There's fucking jellyfish everywhere. And Amy was like, oh, I think I want to get out. And I was like, no. I was like, no, I'm staying in now. We're here. And a big fucking boat went past and just pushed all the water in. And I turned around and my bag and my clothes were just floating away. I was just stood there in a pair of shorts, no other clothes, fuming. And I was just like, and she was laughing and I was like, there's nothing funny about this situation. So then I ran, got all my stuff. I had to carry my stuff all the way back to the car, fucking soaking, like just in shorts. That was it. And then I was like, she was like trying to make me laugh and that about it. And I was like, there's no humour here at all. And I found this sick shell, like a proper cool shell, about that big spiral one. And she was like, oh, that's nice, innit? And I went, yeah, I'm going to smash this in your skull in a minute. I just put it in my pocket. I was just like, we'll keep that. That's a fucking drive home with like no top on and that. I was like, fucking stupid this.
The maddest thing actually happened on your side. I say the maddest thing because it didn't happen, but like obviously what you're saying there, a lot of intrusive thoughts. You pictured yourself doing it and what she would look like as you did it, and then just went, nah, I better put that away.
Oh, I was sat myself there, by the way. I spilled a bit of water.
All right,
drew attention to it.
On your side,
all that stripper talk got him spunky.
I was sat on the snooker table. And his fucking brother was sat on a sofa, and I just had one of the balls in my head. And I literally motioned and went to throw it at him like it was a ping pong ball. And then I had to be like, oh no. Because I was this close to just lobbing a fucking...
A snooker ball?
A snooker ball at your brother's head, right? And
that's the energy of the
trying to
drug
replace
dealer.
him, lad? I want to be your best man. I'd take him out.
Absolutely not. But I was sat there, and I told Pilo, one of Liam's workmates, what I was about to do. And he went... yeah, don't do that, lad. And I was like, yeah. Because we'd just been downstairs playing beer pong. So I'd just been for constantly just doing that. And then I just had this fucking ball in my head. I was like, oh, yeah. Oh, no, I better not do that. What a different weekend that would have been. If I just
could have turned it into Cluedo. Yeah, the size of the house.
Yeah, we did it.
In what room and that. Like,
there was rumours going around that fucking crime lord who had the house was out of prison a couple of days earlier and was coming back for his house.
Really? Yeah.
Going to pick us off.
Who told you that?
One mate told. When we were looking him up, one mate went, he got released from prison 2 days ago, and it shit me up. And I was, I genuinely went downstairs. The rooms we were in, all the windows were open to let air into the house. I went round, close the windows because I believed the rumour, and then I was spreading the rumour, thinking it was real.
Just wake up and Tuffy's putting like marbles on the floor and that when he goes to bed. What are you doing?
The Home Alone, this cunt.
Yeah. Fucking hell.
Imagine though if he'd have actually turned up because he'd have had a fucking shotgun and you'd have been like, listen, we paid for this experience. You just thought it was someone that fucking worked on the farm or whatever.
That'd be a good idea, isn't it? Rent out old drug dealers' houses and that, and then have people turn up. Like all these experiences that people do, have people turn up in the middle of the night, like
Manor and all that sort of shit.
Yeah, drug dealers, and they're like, what? No.
Have you heard of McCamey Manor? We spoke about this a few episodes ago, actually.
Was it a spooky one or something?
No, it's genuinely
Sounds
awful.
spooky, doesn't it?
It's genuinely awful. It is a legal torture house.
Oh, I'm onto it,
Yeah, you know, it's
in America.
Yeah. And the guy just like...
He goes, I'm not going to stop.
50 grand if you survive till sunrise.
Yeah.
But then just makes it like impossible. Like to this day, I don't think anyone has, or maybe like 1 or 2 people have.
It's
but
proper torture.
Full on.
It's hilarious.
Have you seen it?
Yeah, I've seen bits of it. Yeah. It's just funny because it's people's own fault. Like
you've signed a contract, haven't you?
You've gone in and gone, I can smash this. And then he's there waterboarding you 10 minutes in going, and you're like, please stop. And you're like, nah, because but you paid me to do this, you fucking knobhead. Like, I just think it's hilarious. Yeah.
I remember watching, it's on YouTube, you can type this in, and the full, like, as graphic as it gets, bearing in mind, like, have a word of fucking constantly every week going, we've had a video taken down because we said the word nonce. Can you help us with the algorithm? That's happening every 2 weeks, and then you've got this fucking girl getting a fucking throat slit on, on YouTube, and like her hair like dragged from one fucking like through razor blade, and you're just like, in what world is that allowed?
Power to that guy though.
I don't think there's enough people have enough like conflict in their lives to want to do stuff like that.
Yeah, you've
like, I just want to go and sit in a field and take mushrooms or something, man. Like, I'm not paying money to go on holiday to have someone fucking whip me with a fucking cattle prod for 10 hours and then go, I ate this, can I go home? And they go, yeah. And I go back to work on Monday.
Haven't heard of like trampoline parks, have they? Do you know what I mean? Like,
it's just like, what are you doing?
They've not got enough fun in their life. Like,
even like skydiving and all that. Have you been skydiving?
No.
I would, you know.
Why?
I would do it.
I'm scared of heights, but I feel like I could maybe be convinced to do it just because I don't think it looks real. I think it'd be harder to get me to bungee jump than it would to jump out of a plane.
Oh, yeah.
Do you know what? I kind of get that.
There's more to be gained, I think, from a skydive than a bungee jump. But also, when you're that high up, it's not real. Do you know what I mean? It doesn't look like you can't see people, and by the time you can see those people, you're already in it.
I think with a bungee as well, you're there in it for so long. Do you know, but it's not as if you get strapped in, you take the jump, you're like getting strapped in and everything. Whereas on the plane, it's not until you go to get out of it that you're actually looking at what the fuck's about to happen.
Yeah.
And plus you can't exactly fuck it off, can you?
Those fucking things on Blackpool Pier that fire you in the air, like the slingshot thing.
Stupid.
Absolutely not. But I feel like I'd actually get some sort of thrill. Like I'd be shitting myself and I'd fucking hate a lot of it. But I reckon I'd want to do it again. I don't
probably love it afterwards. Yeah.
I love like roller coasters and shit. It's just another thrill.
I'm getting better with
I know I don't look like an adrenaline junkie, Dean, but I am. I'm extreme, me.
I mean, I
look at him. I was like, yeah.
I was just thinking about your stag do. I'm like, I don't know if that much. I used to love roller coasters. Like, couldn't get enough of them. And then as I got older, I just like got some sort of in-ear problem. I went on a roller coaster once and was like dizzy for 3 days.
Really?
And was like, I can't do them anymore. Yeah.
Oh, I love
went on
them,
a cruise as well, and like I was lying in bed for like a week after going, whoa, fucking hell. That was weird, wasn't it? Like the whole room felt like the whole house was like.
It's mad that.
Can you feel it on a cruise?
You can on the Tribfest cruise to Amsterdam in the fucking
the ferry in
middle of winter, mate. Yeah.
Yeah.
Fucking all the bands on there
jumped up seeking ferry.
It was hilarious that.
So, it wasn't like you're on like the fucking the Fair Maiden of the
Voyage
or some shit like that.
Fair Maiden of the Voyage. That was a decent one.
You're onto the Tribfest, innit? With the festival, and then they do like the cruise over to Amsterdam, and the boat was that bad. Like there was a Guns N' Roses band on, and like Axl Rose. He was he sort of doing like Axl Rose's sort of like little shimmy because of the boat was moving. That he'd go, and then he ran off. And he had like a bandana and sunglasses on, long hair and all that. And then he ran off, come back on with like no bandana, like that. So obviously knocked it in the back because the boat was like fucking all over the place like that. And then kept running off and coming back with like less things on, just being like, just thought like he was having a fucking nightmare, man. It was awful. But it was mad, like you'd be walking, because you're in like it's essentially just like a moving hotel, innit? Like a cruise ship. And you'd be walking and then the floor would just fall from underneath you because the boat had gone. Like out of nowhere. So you'd just be walking with a pint and then you go, fucking hell. Like, it was weird, man. But then for like days afterwards, I was sat at home going, Jesus Christ, what's happening? Like, probably
why is the floor not moving?
Equilibrium, yeah.
Because I've heard that apparently on like the really big ones, the really big cruises, the ones that we can't afford, apparently like you don't feel anything.
Yeah, maybe not because it's so big.
But was you on like a ferry? No, I've been on a ferry to France and stuff, and that was like
it was billed as a cruise. There was beds in there. Like restaurants and bars and all shit like that. But it was just like, it just goes over to Rotterdam, but it comes like down and then across and then back up. So it's overnight type thing. But yeah, it was mad. Don't do it.
I feel like I'd want to do it, but I also think it'd be really overwhelming. Like I see them TikTok videos of cruise ships and it's just looks like the Trafford Centre on water. And I'm like, there's too much stuff happening here.
Trafford Centre on water. Yeah. It's not the advert they want, is it?
But like, it just looks like there's 48 restaurants. And it's like, well... I can't try all those.
A big appeal as well.
Just right there.
Stuck on there as well, innit?
Yeah.
The appeal of those big ones is you get to see like loads of different places, don't you? But it's like
you don't see them now.
You're there for a couple
hours. Have you seen the videos of people trying to run back to the like they've basically gone, it's leaving at 3. You're not on it. And you see them just fucking sprinting at 2:58 and just like missing the fucking cruise.
Do they actually leave though, or is it just like a fucking?
Like, they have got a because if they don't, then the fucking
on the ship.
Fucked it. I mean,
you fucked that.
Set an alarm or something. Like
they've got a schedule. It's not like a bus. Do you know what I mean? Like they've got to be out of that certain vicinity, otherwise the water's going to fucking kill you all. And that I think so. Like they have to leave at a specific time. And if you're not on it, because grandma's got a fucking mobility issues and sucks to be your grandma on it.
Yeah. See you in a bit. We're off to Jamaica or whatever you just go.
yeah. They always go to Jamaica after Costa Brava, don't they? Straight from there. Fucking hell.
So talking about rides before. Like I'll go on the maddest like roller coasters in theme parks and stuff, but I would not
fucking heavy kid you.
I would I'm solid. I told you extreme. That's what they call me. I would never go on like a fairground.
Oh, like one that's been put together on like a truck.
Yeah, like I went to Leeds Festival. Like I went to the Friday.
Yeah, no, fuck that.
And I went on the fucking. My little brother was like, "Let's go on that." It was like this dead tall fucking. Or I don't even know how to describe it. There's just like a little cart with like maybe 6 people with the overhead things. And it just spins round, but then you spin round independently, but then it holds you at the top.
I'll be dizzy for weeks.
I was like, fuck fuck that. And he was like, why not? And I was like, fuck that. It sounds like I don't trust fucking carnies or whatever you'd call them, but I don't.
Sound like that, yeah.
I mean, I don't trust them, so it
No,
sounds
but
like what it is.
I get that though. It's like
Way to double down on something nobody insinuated, by the way. It sounds like this, but also that's true.
Well, I was on the big wheel. That's the one ride I did go on. And I was my brother.
You're fucking mad at you, mate.
That's what
big wheel.
they call me, big wheel. I was on it. And we were at the top, and I was going like, I said, even now, it's not a mad ride. I'm half shitting myself because I'm looking at the rust around, and I'm pointing at the other ride, going, "There's no fucking way in hell we're going on that, mate. I'm sorry." And as I'm like, look at the joints, mate, and look at the people who are working here. I'm like, I'm not trying to be mean, but just look.
People
What
again.
is your beef with people?
Well, as we're coming down, mate, I looked at them. I wouldn't
Why are you
trust.
judging other people?
I wouldn't trust them to fit a boiler, let alone trust them with my life. Do you know what I mean?
I mean, a boiler's quite tricky to fit. I feel
fair
like I'd be
enough.
able to work out the
poor
monsters better
analogy,
than, the monster just goes on, doesn't it? I couldn't do a
Mate,
boiler.
they had a sign. They had a sign at their station that said, "Make sure the ride is closed." Do you know what I mean? Make sure the doors are closed.
Yeah.
Surely
if
that's
you
fucking.
you got a post-it note, like
That's rule number one.
Yeah. Nah, fuck that. See, I just don't trust the whole like, oh, we put this up yesterday
Yeah.
and we're taking it down on Sunday. So, you know, it's fairly easy to take down and move. So, like, there you go, we're going to shoot you in the air. Like, what are you doing? Like,
Shoot you in the.
doesn't seem secure enough for
No,
me. Like,
100%.
it's like bungee jumping as well when they do it off fucking cranes in like pub car parks and that.
Yeah. Fuck.
Seen that? What are
Yeah,
you
I
doing?
know
Where's
which
the
ones you
view?
mean,
What are you
yeah.
looking at?
Where's the view?
You're just looking at the fucking car park in Runcorn,
Looking
getting
at the
closer. Like stupid that.
We went and did a gig in Llandudno, and we've talked about this before. That's where Hasbulla got his high vis from, because it says like Llandudno Victorian fucking fair or some shit on it. And we just got, as part of doing the gig, it was extravaganza, mate. It was great. But as part of doing the gig, we got like free access to all the rides and stuff like that. And even though they were free, he still wasn't having it.
Yeah, no,
Because he was just looking at him. Like, one of them was built on a hill, like a legit incline, like a fucking ski slope, and it was like
and free as well makes it worse because you're like, I didn't even want to go on this. I've gone on it because it was free.
That's exactly.
Like, I'm not paying to go on because otherwise I'd like need a want to go on. But now it's free. I'll just go on because it's free. Nah, it's fucking stupid that.
Plus, as well, like in terms of safety with Alton Towers, do you know what I mean? If you get fucked up there, you're getting settlement.
Then innit?
You're not getting
they've
fucking
disappeared,
nothing
and you're not
from-
finding them again, are you?
Yeah.
It's not the whole idea.
They're on the run currently.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? It's not going to take much for them
hell,
to
mate.
run
Stop
again.
saying they.
They were all fat white men. I'm not being like racist.
That's the first time in 2022 someone said, stop saying they. What's up, guys? The podcast is growing and we're dead happy, but we need your help.
What we need is for you to start sending us in your most embarrassing moments, the worst things that you've ever done to yourself or someone else, and most importantly, what you want to get off your chest.
So email us in at spreadnegativitypod@gmail.com, and if it's not shit, we'll read it out in a future episode. But I've got faith in you. It'll be fine. Pause it here. Go and send us something in, and then we'll read it out. Do it.
And as always, if you could like, comment, and subscribe, give us 5-star ratings on all the platforms that'll let you do it. It just means that more people will find us, and it's a big, big help.
Like we said, the podcast is growing quicker than we expected, and we're buzzing with the support. We really are, but we want to grow bigger. If you can, please keep telling your friends about us. Drop the link to the episode into your group chats and help us spread more negativity. You're the greatest. We love you. Let's get back to the episode.
You ever been to a music festival?
Have I ever been?
My
Has
first.
he ever
Yeah,
been
yeah,
to a
I've
music
been
festival?
loads.
What about his fucking whole vibe and persona would insinuate he hasn't?
What is music? Yeah, I've been.
He's
I've
talking about
been to a few.
mushrooms 2 minutes ago.
That's true as well. Yeah, I've been to Leeds a few times, Glastonbury a few times.
Did you go Leeds last week?
No, I didn't go last week. I think Glastonbury's the best one.
Yeah.
There's just something for everyone there. It's class. Like, I've been like 3 times, I think, and I think I've only seen about 40% of the whole festival.
Yeah,
It's
because there's so
fucking
much
massive.
going on.
Yeah, it's stupid, but it's sick because you just got everything. Like, it was just cool as fuck. But there's also like little snide secret tents, and you don't know. Like, I'm scared to use toilets and that in Glastonbury in case you're like pissing and someone comes out the toilet like it's a fucking secret entrance or something. You're like, oh fuck, sorry.
Speakeasy there, and you're like pissing on it.
Yeah, it's mad. But yeah, Leeds was mad when we were younger. Used to always go there.
How old were you when you last went to a music festival?
It was like the last Glastonbury, I think. Oh, the one before last. Glastonbury.
Because it was cancelled for like 3 years, wasn't it, or something?
Yeah, it was the pandemic called one off, didn't it? They let it they take a year off to let the field regrow or whatever. So it was like the year before that.
Actually, yeah.
Yeah. Every now and then they take a year off just to let
Mother Nature's that fucked up
let
from all the
everything come past.
party.
Yeah.
Need a breather,
So
yeah.
it might have been like 2019 or something, 2018 maybe.
So it wasn't that long ago.
Yeah.
Did you feel dead old though?
Not at Glastonbury.
Glastonbury's different, innit? I went to go to Glastonbury because I went to Leeds a couple of years ago and it was just a school disco, man.
Yeah, because that's
like,
when we used to go to
throwing
Leeds.
shit all the time. And then I saw the videos from this year and it was just even more drove that fact home.
Yeah,
apparently the average age is 17.4 years old.
That was me. I was there, 17.
Yeah, some of my mates were, but I never could afford it.
Oh, it was so good.
Beth got smacked in the head with one of those, do you know, them elf bars?
Oh,
Someone
yeah.
fucking lobbed one of them. And
Sorry for laughing, but like same thing happened with
laugh.
me and my mates.
Yeah.
Like first time I went to Leeds, I had fucking over prepared to go. So I had so much scran that I didn't need. I had a full tray of ambrosia rice puddings.
Kill you.
Full like 24 pack. Didn't eat any of them, just whipped them off a hill.
Like fucking Ron Weasley on the train to Hogwarts.
Yeah,
You're
yeah.
all set, lad.
But they'd explode on impact, so they were fucking boss just to whip them. But then like we had a load of I don't know where they were from, like, but they sounded Irish over on the right of us one day, and they were throwing stuff at us
From everywhere by the sounds of it.
and
Just don't say they.
oh yeah, okay. Those he threw a tin of beans at me mate's head, like fucking nearly knocked me mate out.
Oh
Like,
man, it's but what do you gain from
Hollow.
it because you don't see it?
no fault.
Like I was,
yeah.
it's not a tin of beans. It's just a tin in it. If it's not got anything in it,
Oh, come on. It's got the label on.
Yeah, but if you got knocked out by an empty tin,
You're a gimp.
yeah. You're a bad knobhead, aren't you?
it's fucking stupid.
But yeah, we were I remember we were sat round waiting for a band to come on, and we were just sat on the floor, and this girl was like just sort of stood a bit where you are now. Like we were sat here, and she stood there, and this fucking something gets pelted towards us, and it just hits her, like we were saying with the ambrosia. About 3 seconds after it hit her, she discovered it was mayonnaise.
Ooh.
And it was just all over her, mate. It was as if it was a
Yeah.
genuine, like, fucking pot of mayonnaise, and just some, like, it was open and just fucking.
People just throw shit for a laugh.
But
innit?
like, she stunk. Like, we moved. Do you know what I mean? Like, all the mates like, right, he's leaving.
I got
Like, it
loads
was
of
fucking
fucking
minging.
stories from Leeds, man. It was sick. One time we because we just get so high all the time. Like one year, me and my mate went on our own because no one else was going, and we got there dead early just to set up the tent. And we'd always go and buy a stupid coat from Oxfam. There was like a big Oxfam tent there, so it was like fucking one of the hottest days of the year. But me and my mate had spent like 15 quid each on big Del Boy fair coats, and I was like, I'm not fucking taking this off. So we just sat in this field while tents fully like surrounded us, and we were just chunking all day in the sun.
Pimp coats.
Yeah, just look fucking stupid. But then like we just have to do stuff to entertain yourself, innit? And like we take chairs with us. We put a chair down and that, and like people would trip over it. We're like, oh sorry, move that there, put it down again. And someone else would trip over it, and then to the point we were just like, fuck it, put your chair down as well, see how many people we can make trip over. So we had 2 chairs like stacked on top of each other, lay down on the floor, and we just like pretend to watch the bands and that. Yeah, people would be like, oh, here we go. And people thought, hey! And then like after about half an hour of doing it, there was like a crowd of like, felt like 100 people all going, yeah, waiting for it to happen. And then if someone would go, hey, it was
You
so
wouldn't
funny.
think there was bands on.
No, man, it was like, because it was
Guns N' Roses are stood there going, where the fuck's the crowd?
Yeah.
It's just like back at your
that's the
tent.
thing in festivals, isn't it? Sometimes there's music on that you're not asked
Not
about,
asked
so you're
about,
just
yeah.
fucking waiting for someone else to come on or whatever. We done that. We I don't know if it's still the same, but on the Sunday nights at Leeds, there used to be fucking big riots and that.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
I
people
only
just
did the
used to start
Friday.
smashing shit up, man. Just like burning people's tents and
Yeah, I
everything.
saw the videos from this year. People setting fire to tents with people in it. You're
Yeah,
fucking
yeah.
lunatics. Like,
It's crazy.
what are you doing?
So there was a big massive fire going on. People throwing like gas canisters on the fire and everything, fucking blowing up.
The old drink cans.
And
that.
yeah. And then out the corner of my eye, I just see me mate like crawling towards this fire with a big spliff in his mouth. Spliff was like this big, crawling towards the fire, lighting this spliff on and it's fucking blowing up and all that. And I was like, what are you doing?
I imagined you like
No, not even that cool. He was like on all fours, like going towards this fire.
Like a cat.
Lights this spliff off the fire. And everyone was
Then
like,
just starts reversing.
well, that was it. Everyone was like, who's that? And then we were like, fucking mate Boris, that. Because his nickname's Boris. And the next thing, he's on someone's shoulders. Everyone's going, Boris, big fucking crowd of people. And then someone gives him a fucking megaphone. And he just goes, let's go and burn down the Duracell tent. And I went, what are you doing? And the next thing, this big crowd just starts manoeuvring towards the Duracell tent.
like
Going,
Duracell.
And he's just on my mate's shoulders with a big spliff in his mouth. And I was like, we're going to cause death here. Honestly, it was chaos.
He incited a riot by getting carried away.
Yeah, all that, like smashing people's stuff up and that. My mates fucking went mad. Like, they smashed up our own campsite and then the adjacent camp, we didn't know who they were, just smashed everything up, fucking breaking gazebos and everything. All our own shit as well, because they were all just bladdered. And then, like, the other people, the people who were in that little bit, come back and they were like, what the fuck's happened here? And my mates were like, no, they done it to ours as well, the fucking rats, aren't they? And it was all my mates, they just smashed, because they'd smashed their own stuff up, they were like, yeah, look at ours as well, fucking bastards, aren't they? It was all my mates, it was fucking so stupid, man.
He's made your stag sound fucking pathetic, hasn't he?
Oh, mate. Well, like,
no Ambrosia, no.
when my mates went, like, when we were in sixth form, like 16, 17, that was the year of Pooh Girl. Did you ever hear about
I was
Pooh
there.
Girl?
I was at
you
Pooh
the-
Girl.
So you were at the
Yeah,
same
yeah.
one. Did you hear about Pooh
Yeah.
Girl?
No.
So, I mean, you were there, so I'll let you
Pretty
fucking...
much,
I mean, that's it, to be fair,
yeah,
isn't it?
a girl dropped a
I've
bag
put
in one
two
of
and
the
two
long
together,
drop
like,
things
yeah.
and tried to go in after the bag and fell in. And then, but even on Sky News, they were like, Pooh Girl. I was like, come on. She's going to kill herself, this girl. Like, fucking hell. Jeez, did you have to call her Pooh Girl?
What?
But I remember hearing on a steward's walkie-talkie being like, there's a girl in the toilets.
Yeah.
And we were like, wow. Because I think it was like the long drop in the camp that we were in.
Just liquid MDMA.
Mate, that's a bad one, that,
fucking
isn't it?
induced shit. That's horrendous, that, isn't
Oh,
it?
that's made me feel sad.
Just an unimaginative name that will stick with her
That's
forever.
what I mean. There's the Sky News, like Pooh Girl. Like, fucking
Every
hell.
shit nickname as a kid, isn't it?
Yeah. But it's mad. I didn't really do many drugs though at festivals. Like, I've always been a bit of a shithouse with drugs, so I was just like a little weed head. But like, my mates would be doing ket and all that, and I just don't know how you function at festival. Like, I don't, because
Well, some people don't. You'd see...
well, that was it though. He'd go,
You see some sad sides.
he'd
don't
take
you?
ket and just see how far he could walk before he fell down. So he'd go, and then like walk like 5 steps and just go, fall back, and he'd just be expecting someone to. He'd be like,
Yeah.
just catch me. So we'd be walking, and he'd just go. He'd be like, fuck's sake, man. He'd just be on the floor, and we'd just go, we're just
Like the
leaving him
carer
here.
of someone, aren't you?
Oh man, it was
following
annoying.
him
Yeah,
around.
it was just so annoying. Yeah, it's mad.
We-
Some people proper off their heads. Like,
We had like disabled access because of my brother, so we were able to like go on like viewing platforms and stuff towards the end, like when there was a big crowd. But at one point we were in the queue for something, like to get some food or a drink or something. And there was this fella just like walking in circles, just tuned in. Do you know, no music was nearby,
Yeah.
and he was just walking in circles like that. Looked off his cake, and my brother was just staring at him for ages, and he was like, "Should we get like a paramedic or something to help him?" And I was like, "Well, to be fair." Like, we don't know whether he's on drugs or whether he walked in the same entrance we did.
yeah, imagine.
So I think we should just leave him to it.
I mean, it's just like, let everyone do the thing at festivals, isn't it, man? Like,
The maddest thing I saw at a festival was Leeds. Like back in the day, a guy was just walking a flip flop on a lead.
oh, nice.
Like legit talking to it. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I saw we were fucking the best band for me. The ones that because I went for Rage. I wanted to see Rage Against the
Yeah,
Machine,
yeah.
but they pulled out.
You amazingly got to see the 1975
Yeah,
instead.
Complete opposite. You know, he tried to make a comment about like who were Rage Against the Machine, and he got booed.
Good.
Yeah,
I'm glad.
he got booed.
That's so stupid. That.
And but Run the Jewels were on as well. They were sick. That was my favourite. It peaked with them. And when Run the Jewels was on, it wasn't that actually as packed as they deserved for it to be. And there was this fella who looked like typical like lads. He looked like he was on a stag do, you know, top off, like fully tatted, tanned as fuck.
Bow and arrow.
Yeah. Cardboard cut out, had bullet he's just fucking aiming at.
And he had like a headband on. That was a dick. Like he was a dickhead. Joe, there was a
like he'd been shot through his head?
Like a cock, like,
was on a stag
an
do?
arrow, but it was
Yeah.
a cock and balls, yeah. And he was going around picking up all the Carlsberg cardboard cups.
The cups.
Stacking them up like that.
Because you get money for them, innit?
Well, that was it. I was watching him thinking, he does not strike me as like environmentally conscious.
Yeah, no, it's because he wants fucking 15p a cup, innit?
It was like 10 minutes later, I got the app giving me a notification saying like it's a for every 100 cups it's £1. And you'd see, I saw people then for the rest of the festival.
Stacks, innit?
Stacks
like
that.
people walking go like that.
Some people were dipping in bins just to get the cups. Imagine wanting a free bevy that much.
Because some people, like students, go there innit with like no money. They spend all the money on the ticket and they go, I'll just fucking.
He looked older than me.
Whatever.
Yeah, I felt so old there though. At the, like you said about the average age, like I've never. It was mad because everyone was like 16, 17, all
proper breeding ground for nonces, isn't it?
100% because modern fashion for the youngsters, I'm proper feeling old now. They're wearing like fuck all. I felt like a
Put
dad.
some
Like,
clothes on.
I felt like
You're
buying a
such
fucking
dad.
big off coat from Oxfam and just putting it around some of the girls. They were wearing fuck all. It was insane. Like everyone was so young. I did
Defo
feel.
looked at one bird and went, "She's all right," and then saw her braces and was like, "Oh fuck me."
Yeah, I did, and I was proper self-conscious when Run the Jewels were on because I was fucking leaning on the barrier like an old fucking fart, just rapping along and bobbing my head, and I was like, "You don't fit in here."
Halsey came on, he was like, "Fucking not music, this."
People move weird to music, don't they? Do you ever like, at a gig you're just vibing, you're enjoying yourself? Do you not like look around and judge other people?
No,
I can't help it.
Now I'm going to be always looking for you. Stood in the corner looking at me like, why are you
He's realised how ridiculous he looks when dancing. He's trying to get us all to agree that everyone does it, so he feels less
No, but they do.
self-conscious.
They actually do. You're just not really aware of it because you feel in the moment. But I'm looking around and I'm thinking,
sick dancing me.
You're a dickhead.
Shall we?
I am, I'm not asked. You used to make dance moves up while you're out in town and everything.
We've had a few things sent in. So if you want to do a couple of features,
Yeah, go for it, man.
We do some features, Dean. You'll already know this, but just usually like most embarrassing moment, worst thing you've ever done to somebody, like if anything you want to get off your chest, all that good stuff, right? I basically addressed you then and told you stuff you already know, just for the people that don't usually listen.
Yeah.
As in your fans, your followers. So we've got a few that we can choose from. We'll do one and then we'll ask you for one.
Go on.
Does that sound good?
Sounds good,
so you can do worst neighbour ever, am I a sex worker, or incest glory hole?
Oh my god.
Oh, I like them all. Go on, Dean, you're the guest.
I mean, it sounds like just Pornhub searches, doesn't it?
It sounds like my putting up searches.
I'll go incest glory hole.
Yeah, I will preface this by saying it feels like complete bollocks.
That's fine.
Like there wasn't even a name on the email. Like the
I mean, I
email
wouldn't
came
put my
from
name on it either.
blacksmith6
Yeah.
gmail.com.
Don't you dare.
Don't shatter the
Don't you
illusion.
dare shit on our fucking listeners. It's true. I believe you.
Okay, if you say so.
I'll hold judgment until I've heard it, and then I'll let you know if I.
Yeah, like I
it or
said, there's
not.
no name. Let's just pretend that we think it's real.
Okay.
And we'll see how it goes. So Blacksmith says, that's all it had on the email. Hi, Aaron and Liam. I need to tell you about the worst thing I've ever done. So when I was 18, I went on holiday with my family. Later in the week, I was, as all hot-blooded males are, a little pent up and went out to find a well-known glory hole. Where did he go on holiday?
Well, if it's well known, he didn't need to find it. First floor in the fucking story.
Way to make yourself sound like a glory hole user.
Yeah.
Well,
If it's the one I'm thinking of, it's very obvious where it is. It's in Pontins, Southport.
Southport Pontins.
I did find it, but this is where things went wrong. As I had just finished, a hand came out to touch me, and I had on it a very unique tattoo that my female cousin has. Later in the night, when she came back to the resort, I asked her where she had been, and she mentioned the glory hole. Long story short, I got a blowjob off my cousin. We're close, but not like that. I never mentioned this to her, and I'm full of mixed emotions about this. And then he just put, "We all know a Dave," and that's the entire email.
A Dave.
Yeah.
Is it Dave someone
This is
who
why I
gets
feel
a
like it's
blowjob off the
bollocks,
cousin?
because I don't get any of it. Like usually people email in and they'll go, "Hey, this and this." Like I had to change a lot of the grammar. It was just all one paragraph, all one sentence, pretty much everything I've read out, and then just "we all know a Dave" at the end. No name, nothing else.
Please continue to send us stuff in.
My one problem with this email is that when he's asked the cousin what she was up to, she was just like, I've just been down the old glory hole.
Expecting him to be like, yeah.
Yeah,
one.
same. Yeah. That's the weirdest bit, innit? No, I don't like getting a blowjob off your cousin's not even as weird as going, what have you been up to? Just been sucking people off in the bathroom down there, the well-known
if you're
glory
British,
hole.
You go, Not much.
Mad.
What you've been doing? Just strangers. Lots of strangers. That I don't
Why,
even...
and if you go into a glory hole, surely there's like a level of anonymity that you want to keep. So why are you putting a
why you
distinctively tattooed hand through the hole?
Yeah, it was Dean. Female cousin.
Yeah, it's a mad one, that. Because, like, is it first cousin?
This is what's annoying. Like, this is why I feel like it's bollocks, because I feel like more, if it was real, they'd give more information. But I feel like he's watched the pod and gone, oh, they want to hear about something really bad. What if my cousin sucked me off? Send. And that's it. I mean, there's no other information. This is a 2-line email, pretty much.
It's a very, I mean, if it's true, it's a fucking, the stars have really aligned in that story, haven't they?
Yeah.
Like, they both decided to go down to a glory hole. They both walked into the one by one, like next to one another.
Is it just one glory hole, or is there a row of glory holes?
Said well-known.
The one I've been to, there's quite a few.
To a glory hole,
the frog
go either way. So, but yeah, again, the weirdest bit for me is asking her what she's been up to, and
then she just comes out of it.
Yeah.
He says we're close, but not like
do
that.
On holiday, all inclusive, and that.
He does say we're close, but not like that. But it sounds like you are pretty close.
Well,
if she's
close
just going like, oh yeah, I just sucked off people.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, if I asked any of my cousins and they'd actually been doing that, I'm not close enough with any of them to go, yeah, just sucking people off, you know.
Would you use a glory hole?
Would I use one?
Amy doesn't exist.
Do I know who's on the other side?
I mean, you could just not be with her. She doesn't have to cease to exist. Like,
yeah. Do I know who's on the other side?
No.
You
know, it's a woman.
Dangerous game. Oh, okay.
You know, it's a woman under 40 years old.
I mean, the age doesn't bother me. It's just a mouth, innit? It's it's true though, innit? I'm not looking at it.
That's the sound bite at the start.
I'm fine with that.
Way to make yourself sound like a paedophile.
You didn't even go under, did you?
Yeah,
You could tell he was going over with how blasé he was.
He said under 40. I was like, nah, it doesn't matter.
You're thinking more fucking Mike Yannick than Alex Black, weren't you?
Okay, older. Over 20. I was just covering me back there. Over 20. I mean, yeah, why not? I tried most things.
I used to watch a lot of glory hole porn. I used to think that was funny. Just sort of like, oh, my husband's in the car. We have to be quiet. All that sort of shit. Like, Joe, it's in like a fucking like public toilets.
But how much of it is and how much of it they've just put a cardboard fucking
most of it is that.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, of course it's fake.
Just a guy stood there like
fake.
Yeah, holding it up. Like holding the wall
How thick
up,
do you think I am that I was watching this going, fucking hell, like, this is a 28-minute video and she was having a piss. Do you have to think at least once?
I just think you've got to be awfully brave to just stick your dick in a hole.
I know.
And just trust whoever's on that side to like
on the
not
side.
fucking...
Like some out of Porky's. Do you remember that movie? Did you ever watch it when she's grabbing onto it?
No, but that do you know what I mean? Just fucking feet up either side. Just pull it through. Imagine. Like, you got to have a lot of trust in the person next day. Like, nah, too much... too many variables.
It'd have to be a sanction glory hole, wouldn't it?
You
Sign
sounded
a
proper
waiver,
scientific
everything's above
then.
board.
Yeah, like if it was like a brothel,
like...
so you knew like it was all sound in there, yeah. But I don't know if it might be a bit weird. You gotta get be quite close to the hole, like the wall as well.
Yeah.
I'm not like
otherwise only an inch is gonna be in it.
That's what I mean. It's not like fucking foot long or anything, so I'd be pretty well up to the wall as well. That's what I mean. It's not very like fucking relaxing, is it? Like trying to get as much in as possible. Like
my mate told me about a glory hole that he went to. I think it was like in Amsterdam or something. My pal Kyle.
My mate.
I've never been to
my mate
Aaron. But no, this genuinely he told me about. But it was a different sort of glory hole in that like the woman's fanny was just pressed up against the glory hole, and he just got to fuck her.
Oh,
like
that's.
Or like an arsehole, like whatever you want.
It just
you can have a mouth.
Seem
like,
logistical to
just
me.
a menu.
It seems more difficult than anything. You're adding a fucking barrier in between.
Yeah.
That being said, I haven't got much length to be
that's
left on the other
That's
side.
what I was saying, yeah. So I'd be like
yeah.
fucking well up against the thing. Like, this isn't good.
Hugging the door. Like, are you doing it as well? Yeah.
Yeah. I've never been to Amsterdam, no.
I have.
No, I've not.
So I've seen some.
Have you seen the Peep Show?
Yes, that's the one.
That is hilarious. That place.
So do you mean the one, mate, where you put in the 20 cents in? It's
yeah, and it's like a circle of it. Yeah,
it's
so funny that.
One.
Me and my mate used to save change for that. Like we'd get change from a cup of tea and we'd go, there's a Peep Show. You know what I mean? Like we'd save all the coins and then at the end of the night we'd go in and we go in opposite ones
Yeah,
because
I
we'd be
did that too.
stoned off our heads, and you can see whoever's in the opposite one.
Yeah.
So we'd just be crying, laughing, and like the light, I'd be like, "Well, I'm going one more." And my mate would be like, "Nah, I'm done." My light would go off, and put money back in, come back on, and just be stood there. Next thing I did, I see it go, him come back in. I'm like, "Hey, he's back!" It's fucking so funny, man. So stupid.
We were pottering about that place just to like see what because that's the main attraction, isn't
He's
it?
covering himself so much. Yeah, we were
Pottering
just
about
in the area.
The red light district, bang in the middle of the red light,
we
just
went-
pottering about.
We went in with intent. What I'm saying is, after that part, that is the main thing you're drawn to when you go
Yeah.
in. But we were like, let's have a look around this place.
Oh, like little
See-
wank booths and that,
that's
isn't
what I was
it?
gonna say.
Yeah.
We stumbled upon like there's like two. It was mad because there was no one on the other side of it, but there was two stripper poles behind glass. So I imagine that you can arrange for like strippers to come in, but there was a chair like this opposite
Yeah.
the glass, and just like kitchen roll
Yeah.
as if you just have a Tommy and she's stripping and watching you wank off air. It's
Yeah, and there's
You told it on like 3 episodes ago that you wanked in front of a bird, like an actual pigeon, and you're judging this
not
guy.
on purpose.
why are you wanking in front of pigeons?
Oh, like this, it's a long story.
You have to watch the episode.
Go back and watch that one and see
Came
what's
out
going
a few
on.
weeks
It's a long
ago.
story, and it was not deliberate.
Okay.
Was it the one after Rob Thomas?
Yeah, no. It was the last one we recorded.
Was it?
So it'll be the episode before this. I'll have told that story.
Was it really?
We'll go have a look at that. But there's like wank booths in there as well, where you can like go and put like porn on as well, like all different types of porn.
Yeah.
But it just looks like where you get your photos done in the supermarket. doesn't it?
Yeah, a little photo me.
Literally is one of them with like a little
There's just a
curtain and that, but
curtain.
you're just in there just fucking wanking off and that. Mad.
So the thing that blew my mind most about Amsterdam, obviously, you've got like fucking the dead relaxed about sex and drugs, and it is a bit of it's like a different culture in it, and it's a boss place. The thing that blew me mind the most was, have you ever been in that? I think it's called Freebo.
I knew you were going to say this, Do you know what this is?
It's insane, and
You're going to laugh when he says this is his favourite thing about Amsterdam. You're going to think this is hilarious.
So it's like just a shop that you go in, right? It's like a takeaway.
Is that it? Is that the
No,
end?
but it's like it's not a shop. It's a fucking giant vending machine that you're walking into.
Yeah.
And after a day in the coffee shops, to walk into a fucking a walk-in vending machine, your head
Does
falls
sound
off.
sick, to be fair.
You get it's like a vending machine that does like burgers and that in it.
You put like
Like,
20p in and a hot burger.
mad.
Like it's like there's the kitchen's behind and they slide a hot burger in and it's in like a little box that keeps it hot. It was fucking sick.
It's hilarious that though.
Bringing free back.
Drugs, prostitutes, fucking
Glory holes,
Vending
peep
machine
shows,
burgers,
I was
like
buzzing
ping
off
pong
like
shows.
deep fried coca noodles. That's pretty
Yeah,
much what
yeah.
you get there.
What tripped me out most is the Mackies doing like hot wings and that.
Yeah.
I was going, where
Yeah.
are we? Yeah, this
European
doesn't seem
Mackies is
this.
mad, innit?
Yeah.
I make a point of trying every one of them.
So you go
Otherwise,
abroad,
like,
you immerse yourself in another culture, and you're like, I can't wait to go to fucking Mackey's.
Mate,
a place that's everywhere.
I went to Tenerife and they did hot and spicy chicken poppers. And, mate, we went 4 times.
Yeah, lad, I want to have,
No,
I want
we-
to have a go at you.
We were all inclusive, but we went a lot. And they did like fucking proper different McFlurries and stuff. Like they'd have like 3 or 4 different things. Oh, mate, it was...
Yeah, it sounds better than that
yeah,
one, doesn't it?
so much better. Anyway, let's wrap this up. If you are new to the podcast and you're watching because Dean's on, maybe you listen to the Mild High Club, all that good stuff, we do a section at the end called Off Your Chest, where we invite the guests to get something off their chest, something that's happened this day, this week, this month, this year, anything. Have you got anything you want to get off your chest, Dean?
I done a murder.
Thanks so much for watching.
Cave
Yeah.
Amy's head in with a seashell.
I don't know. I was thinking about this, man. Like, I try and live my life as a very like passive.
Aggressive person.
No, yeah. Sometimes I try not to do anything dishonest. Do you get what I mean?
Yeah,
I've spent
yeah.
the last few years of my life really trying to like, because I'm a big believer in karma because of how stuff in my life's happened. Like I'd do one thing and then something had happened and the same thing sort of happened to me. And I was like, I get it. You got to sort of like, if you want to treat people this way, somewhere down the line, this is going to come back to you type thing. So I started just living my life as like, just fucking be nice to people.
do you
Is
know
this
the best
before
part
or
about
after
that
My
is-
Name Is Earl came out?
I was well after my name was Ale. Come on, yeah.
Do you know the best part about that is, even if it's all bullshit, obviously I know that you and Amy are quite spiritual and you believe in a lot of that sort of stuff. Even if it is bullshit,
It's still a good.
it's still a good thing.
Yeah, it's a good
Yeah,
thing.
yeah. I mean, it's just I like got out. I used to be like fucking tit about and that, you know, in relationships and that, like fucking about with girls and all that and lying and shit all the time. And I just like, it's so much easier just being honest all the time because I can't
Not worried about getting
cannot get pulled up about anything. You know, like, oh, can I go on your phone a minute? Yeah, go ahead. It just makes me go, oh fuck, I've left my phone in the house. It doesn't matter. Well, nothing's on it anyway.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like, I just needed that easy go in life. So it's been many years since there's anything to even get off my chest, really. So I don't know.
Like, I want to hear about Scumbag Dean then.
I was just more like going.
What, the person who's put behind him? Yeah, we reawakened that person. Dude.
It's just
nice one.
It's just more like it was just more like being
Glory
getting
hole,
bevied
Dean.
all the time and that, innit? You know, like young, getting bevied, you're in relationships, but you're like, oh, Joe, I wish I was single, but I'm too much of a shithouse to break up with someone. So I just be a snide on nights out and that, speaking to girls on phones
When we
and
say
shit.
off your chest, it doesn't have to be something quite as deep as that. Oh, I did a thing. And I feel bad about it. Like Thomas Green complained about there was a guy in the queue in front of him taking dead long because he was trying to decide on vape flavors. So he had a rant about vape.
Has anything pissed you? Has anything
Like,
proper pissed you off?
like
And it
something
pissed me
heavy,
off.
Do you know what I mean?
I don't know.
Like, I think Tom Stades was like, my neighbour's got wind chimes and now I can't wait for it to die. You know, that sort of thing.
It's pretty heavy.
Yeah.
You could do with a bit of karma.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I feel like if we go and say we go back to tattooing, innit? Fucking up people's tattoos is a bit of a bad one, innit?
Oh yeah,
We go for that.
that's pretty.
But
Any on purpose.
not on purpose.
But
One guy was like blatantly racist, so I made his hurt a bit more.
Go ahead.
But that's a good thing,
Yeah,
innit,
yeah.
really. One time I done a tattoo in Latin, and
fuck off. I've seen the memes of this. It means like fucking water or something.
No,
in
it wasn't
Chinese.
even that. It was like, obviously she's
Mandarin
getting
even,
it.
not Chinese.
You're getting this tattoo. You check the spelling. I'm not
Absolve yourself.
Susie Dent. Like,
known for fucking Latin dictionary knowledge.
she knows how to spell words, bro. Like, I just copying whatever's on this stencil here, and she told me what she wanted, and instead of like PER, it said PAR, and it was meant to be the other way or whatever.
Okay.
Do you get what I mean?
Yeah.
So the letters were like PAR, and she was like, that was meant to be an E, and I was like, well, unlucky. We fixed it anyway. But there's loads of shit. I think loads of people
Scrubbed it out and just
waited for it to heal, changed the A into an E, blasted some white into a little bit of black where the A was. Fine, it was gone, all sorted.
Do you still do tattooing?
Nah, man, I haven't done that for a while now.
Did you like stuff like that though, Joe? Kind of like problem solving the fix, or was it dead
No,
stressful?
it's stress. It's like doing someone's wallpaper in their house, and you go, "This is forever." This, and you go, "Okay," and you put it up, and it's like wonky, and you go,
My
"This is your house now, see ya," and get off. But like, I think loads of tattoo artists have been making so many mistakes that you just don't get onto.
What about Liam?
It's like any job. You know, you can go into a job hungover and not have the best day at work.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
we used to go out all the time. Like, I'd be tattooing hungover all the time. Like, putting people's stencils on like that. And they'd be like, "Are you all right?" I'm like, "Yeah, just get this on and we'll be fine." Like, but like, my mate done a tattoo on someone and it said, "Imperfection is beauty." And she wasn't happy with it because one of the lines was wobbly on it. And he was like, "Yeah.
Look
but,
at the
you know,
statements.
imperfection is beauty and all that." And she was like, nah. And he was like, "Oh, well, this is weird, isn't it?"
My bad.
Yeah. That was for 41.
I've got a tiger on my leg because I'm basic as fuck, and I obviously you'll know you've got shin tattoos, of course you have. So like when there's just certain bits where you can hit and they make your fucking leg jolt.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
And as he was doing the nose, my leg jolted, so his nose is like a bit fucked up. But it looks like it's related to me, so it's fine. So like, but like it just sort of. I mean, I fucking.
Yeah, sometimes
Oh,
it just
that's the wrong
happens. like you move
You
and
see there the lines a bit, but
oh,
you don't.
yeah,
no one's
barely
ever
notice.
fucking-
Yeah. See, when people ask me, "Do you ever make mistakes?" It's usually just little bits like that. You know, like someone's moved or whatever, and then you can just sort it out, and you'll never notice. It's them little ones that like they're the hardest tattoos to do. When people go, "Oh, it's only a star. It'd be dead easy." It's like, no, it's a fucking mathematical
Shit, I didn't think of
Every
that.
size
equal
gotta be the same size.
shape. Yeah, do one a tiny little bit longer, it looks fucked. It's like they're the hardest to do.
So
There's nowhere to hide in them.
Is it the
Just
same
like
with a
6
simple
lines or
design
whatever.
as well? Like a simple design?
Yeah,
It's
the
there's
more
less-
simple it is, there's no place to hide in it.
Oh, yeah.
So when people go in and get like script on the ribs and that, and they go, "Oh, the apprentice can do it," it's like, nah, I want the best person you've got in here
Yeah.
doing it. Do Do you get what I mean? Like, it's mad.
I've never considered that. I thought the exact opposite.
Yeah.
They would be the
The big ones is easy. You fuck a line up and you're doing loads of shading over it. You just go colour that line over, and no one even knows the line was there. Do you get what I mean?
Yeah.
Can you? I know you do stand up about this, so we can cut this out if you don't want to. But can you tell Liam the story you told me about the ashes in the ink?
Oh, well, it's quite a big thing in tattooing.
I've heard about it.
The people putting ashes in the ink and that.
Yeah.
But the reality is not quite as...
Well, the reality is the ashes will sink to the bottom of the ink cap, and then I've just got to throw some of your dead relative in the bin.
Really? Yeah.
Yeah. What am I meant to do with it? The ashes sink to the bottom. I do the tattoo and then go, oh, see, yeah, nice one. Oh, yeah, look, oh, lovely that. Yeah, see you later.
Also, you know when...
Nothing in the bin.
But do you know what else is like terrible about that? If it did work, when someone gets cremated, I guess it's kind of well known, but not that well known. When you get given the ashes, it's not all of Dean. It's not all of Liam.
It's just what's in the thing,
It's
isn't
just
it?
whatever's in the bottom of the thing. They're not clearing it all out. So if it did work, you might have got some fucking lunatic put in your skin. Do you know what I mean? And if you believe in spiritual stuff as much as you do,
like
you're now a part of that person who might have been a bit of a fucking weirdo.
Yeah. Like when Homer
start
got
being dead
Snake's
racist.
Remember that? That's what it'd be like. Just start taking over. And yeah, it's a mad one. So people do weird things with tattoos and that.
My missus is like a decent artist, and when she was like younger, one of her friends in work, she was working in like Primark, and they were like, "Oh, can you design? I want a Mexican Day of the Dead style tattoo.
Yeah.
Can you design it for me?" So Rebecca drew this like really good like Day of the Dead woman, and the tattoo artist absolutely
fucked it up,
butchered it.
Yeah,
and so she had to come in and show Rebecca like, "What do you think?" And Rebecca had to just be like, "Yeah, it's."
That's sly. That Rebecca's sly.
Yeah, Karma's going to come back and get her.
Yeah, she's going to get a bad tattoo soon.
Yeah.
Dean, where can people find you, mate?
Instagram and Twitter, and that is Dean Coughlin _ got the Mad High Club podcast every Tuesday, new episode, Patreon and all that. Loads of stuff.
It's actually filmed in this room. Obviously, we're about to move over with Have a Word when they move studios. But if you like this room, but you go, I want to see it in pink.
Ooh. Pink and green.
And green.
Yeah.
Then yeah, definitely check
that's with me missus. We just chat about all sorts of nonsense. We had porn stars on and that was crazy. Guy put our business card up his dick.
Up his dick?
Up in his foreskin. A big business card, credit card size thing in his foreskin.
Oh, the paper cuts.
Whipped it out. Sold it on OnlyFans for £100.
Fuck off. To one of your fans.
Cut that, innit? I know, it's sick, that. So if you want to watch that, Mild High Club.
Oh, what
and
does
also,
that smell like?
Every Monday night, Hot Water, open mic night, come down. It's always a laugh. It's fun times.
Yeah, it is. It's good.
It's crazy
night.
sometimes.
Some of them are terrible. Some of them have got mental illness, and then there's I mean, that's what all new act night is. New acts and new material night is just mental illness.
Oh yeah,
on
it's crazy.
stage. Yeah. But then you obviously get loads of pros coming down.
It's the best though, because you get pros coming down to watch people bomb. Like we have a little group who all come down. If you hear all them laughing, you go, this isn't going well. And I've said it a few times on stage. I go, if you hear laughing from over there, it's because someone's not doing well. And you go, see,
great stuff, man. Thanks so much for coming on. We appreciate it. Give us three things that you hate.
Tories, obviously. Fucking, I don't know. What don't I hate? What do I hate?
That newspaper.
Yeah, I'm not saying that.
No, that's why I said that newspaper.
And you know when people are driving, you let them pass and they don't even go like that.
Oh, yeah.
Don't even let you go one.
What?
I'm joking. I just wanted to see your reaction.
I was going to slap your glass off your head then.
Smiled High Club need a fucking new host.
Taking me back to my old angry days there.
Have him.